my people. So, this is my informative speech about mental health. So, have you ever struggled with or have had someone struggle with mental health before? Here are some ways that you can help yourself or other people. So first off, we're just going to start off with what is mental health. Mental health is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It helps us determine how we handle stress and make other healthy choices. So there are a bunch of different types of disorders in mental health with different mental illnesses. I just chose the top 5 ones I think have the most effect on people. So the first one is anxiety. Anxiety is characterized by excessive fear, worry, or related behaviors and disturbances. There's different types of anxieties. There is social separation, and then also with anxiety you have
Girl, what?
With
What?
lady, with also with anxiety you do suffer from either panic attacks or other such things. With anxiety, there are about 301 million people living with it, and 58 million of them are under the age of 18. The second one is depression. Depression is experiencing depressive moods, so that is like sadness, unhappy, or just lost in general. This one, a lot of people think that teenagers mostly suffer with this, but actually 280 million people live with this disorder, and only 23 million of them are under the age of 18, so it is a lot of adults that suffer with depression. The next one is PTSD, which also stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. With post-traumatic stress disorder, it is when you experience a horrific event or see something that is very strong against you. So basically, this person that suffers with PTSD is basically reliving this horrific event in flashbacks, in dreams, or just constantly thinking about it. About 75% of U.S. veterans or active service experience PTSD. Yeah. The next one is bipolar, and bipolar is basically just switching moods. You can go from being really happy one minute into being really sad the next minute. And about 40 million people experience being bipolar. And then the last one is schizophrenia. This one is very, I think one of the most hard mental disorders, because not a lot of people are diagnosed with it until they are older, and a lot of people just think these people are crazy because these people experience seeing different things and hearing different things. These people just basically think they hear different words and stuff, and they might see in the distance a house on fire and just start calling the fire department and stuff like that, but really there's nothing there, and people are really just not even there. And schizophrenia affects 1 in 300 people worldwide. Some different symptoms to look for with mental illness is very severe aggression, withdrawing from their favorite activities, like they might love bowling, but then they don't get to bowling very often. Sorry. Or they might be very excessively sad, nail biting, mood swings, sleeping too much or too little, and also isolating themselves from other people. So a lot of people ask who can suffer from mental illness, and basically really anyone can, of all ages and all genders. With my experiences, my mom suffered from depression when my grandfather passed away when I was about 3. I suffered from anxiety, and I was diagnosed from it when I was 12, and then my great-grandma was just diagnosed with the bipolar disorder not too long ago. What happens if you are not treated from your mental illness? So your mental illness could get worse. It could lead to extreme measures as in suicide. You could be not wanting to go to work or go to school. And this could also lead up to being homeless. And a lot of people that are homeless or are suffering from mental illnesses suffer from substance abuse of alcohol and drugs. And a lot of people use this as a getaway to not have to deal with the mental illness. So where to find or seek help? So therapists are really good. You can go in person to see a therapist, and there are many different kinds for many different things. You can also, since COVID, you can go on call with a therapist if you don't want to go in person. There's also, if you're feeling suicidal or having suicidal thoughts, there is the hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255, or you can text hello to 741-741. You could talk to your family or friends, like always. The hotline and your family and friends will always be available to you 24 hours. If you are under the age of 18, you can obviously go to a school counselor to help with that, because they're always willing to help at school, especially with teachers too, or just your favorite aides. And then the very last, minimum, what to use for help is medication. A lot of people with bipolar or schizophrenia use medication because they can make being very deadly. My mother uses actual depression medicine, has used quite a bit of it. Questions?
How would you say your mental health is?
Mine's gotten better ever since, so yeah.
Good.
And, yeah.
Are there histories of certain mental illnesses, in family lines, or?
A lot of people that do suffer from bipolar or depression, a lot of people that have mental illnesses their kids can be a higher risk of suffering from these mental illnesses, so it can differ. There still could be a chance where you have a kid and you don't have any mental illnesses, but it is quite family-wide. Okay, and then there are my sources. And yeah.